Estate Communications Group. We're here today with Randy Waits, who's part of our panel next week at the Property Management Conference with the Illinois Real Estate Journal. We're talking today with Randy about that panel, the state of the market, where they'll be discussing the issues and trends facing property managers in 2012 and in 2013. So Randy, what I'd like to ask you is, we're getting to the point where it's the budgeting season for 2013. So what do you look for in the balance of 2012 and then ahead to 2013 in this critical period?
I see that 2012 ending pretty much where we are now. We've seen some good improvement. We've seen a lot of transaction activity, particularly in the CBD, which shows renewed interest. We're seeing rents ticking up a bit, and we're seeing occupancy starting to tick up as well. Things are flattening out this quarter. I say that really is a function of uncertainty around such things like the elections. When that dust settles, that'll have a major impact, or perhaps will get people to move more. When I look into 2013, I look at things, both, or I should say three ways: globally, nationally, and locally. And a global level, really trying to predict what's going to happen with the European debt crisis, what the ripple effects are for that. Nationally, what are the results of the elections, and how are they going to approach our budget deficits and essentially the debt crisis there, and stimulate growth. And then locally, really, it boils down to unemployment. We've gone 8.9, it's a half a point, but some of that I think are guys falling off the rent roll. And just a quick interesting statistic is, if we wanted to get to approximately where we were in 2000, which was about an almost 9% vacancy rate, one of the best, we would have to add in Cook County alone office jobs of about 50,000 people at an average office space of about 150 square feet per person to hit those levels. That's a lot to expect with this growth. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you to fill in a blank from a question on a property management perspective, and that would be, in today's market, today's arena, what does a property manager have to do to be successful?
Well, and that's an interesting question, and really my role in that is a strategic one, and it's how do we deploy property managers and become a property management service provider or partner in many cases. And how we do that best meets our owners' goals. And the reality is, we try and approach things from an ownership perspective. The intensity of the transactions and the discipline that's in place now that I see relative to how it was before is significantly different. So we think it's critical to align ourselves with their goals for the asset, understand it from the acquisition to their exit strategy, start thinking in terms of those teams and aligning with those objectives. What is important? Are they buying a distressed, hoping to move to a value add? What's their hold period? All those sort of things are critical. And then design a traditional property management platform, which is tenant satisfaction and client satisfaction, things of that nature, and all the other initiatives around that, while, of course, trying to manage the lease up so it's most effective and maximizing NOI at the end of the day.
So with all of these things going on, Randy, answer this question: what keeps a property manager, and maybe perhaps you, awake at night?
Well, there's quite a bit, and I think really it is in this critical time is balancing both what we just addressed, some of the more rigorous expectations from ownership and tenant satisfaction, while achieving things that are important to them as well, as green initiatives, things of that nature, sustainability initiatives, I should say, and do that all cost effectively. There's a great deal of pressure to do that as efficiently, as effectively as we can, a great reliance on technology to do that, and to balance those two things is critical. Tenant retention is a big part of the model, but client satisfaction at the end of the day is how we pay our bills, and I think it's that balance that puts pressure on.
Great. Well, we'll be seeing everyone next Thursday at the Property Management Conference, where we'll have a keynote address, an economic forecast, and then we'll have a State of the Market panel, which Randy will be on, and then also a technology panel. Again, that's next Thursday at the Marriott Oak Brook. Thanks, Randy, for taking part today.
My pleasure.